They said Formula One would eat him alive. A rookie with no experience, no personality, and no business taking Daniel Ricciardo's seat. He was supposed to crack under pressure, fold in the spotlight, vanish in the noise. But instead, he did something no one expected. He stayed silent and started winning. While the sport's loudest stars fought for headlines, Oscar Piastri built his empire one perfect lap at a time. No drama, no chaos, just quiet execution. And in a world addicted to noise, that silence became terrifying. Because the calm ones, they're the ones you never see coming. But how does someone become that cold, that precise? It starts far from the bright lights of Formula One, half a world away in a small Melbourne garage. Oscar Piastri wasn't born into wealth or fame or connections. His dad, Chris, ran a modest IT business. His weekends were spent tinkering with cars, not managing race teams. But he had passion, enough to hand his 6-year-old son a go-kart and say, "Give it a go." Oscar didn't just give it a go, he disappeared into it. By 9, he was already studying telemetry, analyzing corners, asking why he'd lost tenths instead of celebrating wins. He wasn't like the other kids who drove for fun. He drove like it was a puzzle to solve. And that mindset, calm, analytical, obsessive, would define everything that came next. By 14, his family made the impossible choice. If he wanted Formula One, he had to leave home. So they sold what they could, packed their lives into suitcases, and flew to Europe. No sponsors, no guarantees, just a dream and a mountain of debt. In the ruthless world of British karting, Oscar was surrounded by prodigies, backed by academies and million-dollar budgets. But he didn't care. He didn't need attention. He needed data. And somehow, the quiet kid from Melbourne kept up. 2016, Formula 4 UAE runner-up on debut, then British F4 with Arden, more podiums, more eyes turning his way. His calm under pressure became his trademark. When others cracked, Oscar found another gear. By 2019, he joined Formula Renault Euro Cup, 7 wins, champion. Renault signed him to their academy, the first real door to Formula One. The dream was alive, but it was only the beginning. From the moment he entered Formula 3, Piastri's rise stopped being quiet. It became undeniable. Most rookies spend their first season learning the ropes. Oscar spent his winning. Driving for Prema Racing, he faced a grid stacked with prodigies, Porsche, Sargent, Holger, all armed with years of European experience. But while others fought to make statements, Oscar made results. Calm, consistent, clinical. He won the championship by 3 points, sealing it in a final race that looked like it came straight out of a movie. Last lap nerves, high pressure stakes, and he didn't blink once. The message was clear. This wasn't luck, it was precision. Then came 2021. Formula 2, the final gate before Formula 1. It's where promising careers usually go to die, but Piastri treated it like a formality. 6 wins, 5 poles, 15 podiums, rookie season, champion again, 3 years, 3 titles. F4, F3, F2, each conquered on the first try. Even seasoned team principals were baffled. Mark Webber, who had started managing him, said what everyone else was thinking. He's done everything you can possibly ask for. He's ready for F1, and yet, there was no car waiting, no contract, no race seat, just a pat on the back and a "we'll see." Oscar Piastri, the most successful junior driver of his generation, was about to find out that in Formula One, talent doesn't always get you what you deserve. Politics does. Alpine promised him the future, a test program, a seat coming soon, patience. He did everything they asked, traveled, tested, stayed ready. But behind closed doors, the cracks were forming. The team couldn't guarantee him anything. And when Alonso announced he was leaving, Alpine panicked and made the biggest mistake of their modern era, the 2022 summer break. A quiet week in Formula One until Fernando Alonso dropped a bomb. He was leaving Alpine for Aston Martin. Panic spread through Enstone overnight. The team scrambled to fill the gap, and in their desperation, they made a fatal move. Without even confirming it with him, Alpine publicly announced, Oscar Piastri will drive for Alpine in 2023. It sounded official, clean. certain. Except for one thing, Oscar Piastri had never agreed to it. Hours later, the quiet kid from Melbourne logged onto Twitter and detonated a grenade. I understand that, without my agreement, Alpine have put out a press release late this afternoon that I am driving for them next year. This is wrong, and I have not signed a contract with Alpine for 2023. I will not be driving for Alpine next year. No emojis, no fluff, just a 36-word statement that shook Formula One to its core. Within minutes, the internet erupted. A rookie driver, who hadn't even started a race, had just publicly defied an F1 team. Alpine fans called him disloyal. Others called him ruthless, but everyone was talking about him. Behind the scenes, the truth was even messier. Oscar had already signed with McLaren weeks earlier. His manager, Mark Webber, had quietly negotiated a deal while Alpine fumbled to secure him. When Alpine's press release went live, McLaren's lawyers were already ready. The case went to the FIA's Contract Recognition Board, a rare and serious process used to settle legal disputes between teams. Alpine argued that Oscar was theirs by right. McLaren insisted he was free to go. After a tense few days, the ruling came back. McLaren had the valid contract. Oscar Piastri was officially a McLaren driver. Alpine was left humiliated, forced to explain how they lost the best junior talent in the world through sheer incompetence. For Piastri, it was vindication. He hadn't lashed out, hadn't played the media game. He'd let the system prove him right. It was cold, calculated, pure Piastri. And yet, his next challenge would make the Alpine saga look simple, because now he actually had to drive. When the dust finally settled, Oscar Piastri had what he'd been fighting for, a Formula One seat. But it came with a catch. He wasn't just joining any team, he was replacing Daniel Ricciardo, the man who put Australian F1 drivers on the map, the fan favourite, the smiling face of McLaren. The public didn't see Oscar as the next big thing, they saw him as the villain who'd stolen their hero's spot. The pressure was brutal. Every photo, every interview, every result would be compared to Ricciardo. If he stumbled even slightly, people would say McLaren made a mistake. But Oscar didn't defend himself. He didn't post statements or beg for support, he just got to work. And at first, it was rough. The 2023 McLaren was a disaster, an unpredictable, drag-heavy car that seemed allergic to grip. Lando Norris was struggling, and for a rookie like Piastri, it was a baptism by fire. His first few races were about survival. The car lacked pace, and every lap looked like a fight to keep it pointed straight. But through the chaos, one thing stood out: Oscar's consistency. He wasn't crashing, he wasn't overdriving, he was learning, absorbing, adapting. Then came Silverstone. McLaren's upgrades finally arrived, and suddenly the car had life. The transformation was instant. Norris second, Piastri third in qualifying. The crowd was stunned. The rookie who was supposed to drown was now fighting Verstappen for track position. He finished fourth that day, just missing his first podium after a poorly timed safety car. But no one cared. Everyone watching knew they'd just witnessed a shift. The rookie wasn't here to survive. He was here to compete. From that race on, Piastri's growth was relentless. Every weekend, he got closer to Norris. Every mistake vanished faster than the last. The calm assassin was finding his rhythm. At Suzuka, he finally did it. His first Formula One podium. On one of the most demanding circuits in the world, he held his nerve like a veteran. When the race ended, he didn't shout, didn't jump into his mechanic's arms. He just smiled, modest, efficient, unemotional. That's when fans realized this wasn't confidence, it was control. Qatar was the moment everything changed. The heat was brutal, the track surface unpredictable, and tyre degradation was destroying strategies. Drivers were complaining, yelling on the radio, losing their heads.
Come on! What the
And in the middle of that chaos, Oscar Piastri was calm. He started the sprint race from the front, went wheel to wheel with Max Verstappen and won. A rookie, beating a three-time world champion. In the desert, on a night where everyone else melted under pressure. The paddock couldn't believe it. Some said it was luck, that Max didn't push, but others saw it for what it was: proof. Piastri didn't just belong in Formula One, he could win in it. What made the win even more impressive wasn't the victory itself, it was his reaction. No screaming, no swearing, no tears, just a composed, quiet voice on the radio. "Well done, everyone. That was good. That was Oscar. Always measured, always in control." And that's when fans gave him his nickname, the Calm Assassin. He didn't kill you with aggression or theatrics, he killed you with precision. But within McLaren, something else was brewing. Lando Norris wasn't just a teammate, he was the face of the team. The Joker, the fan favorite, the guy who'd carried McLaren through its rebuild years. The garage had been built around him. Then suddenly, this quiet 22-year-old rookie showed up and started matching his pace, then beating it. What started as friendly competition in every qualifying lap, every pit call, every 10th of a second has become a statement. You can hear it in the radios, you can see it in the way they walk past each other in the paddock. McLaren doesn't have a number one driver anymore, they have two title contenders, and that balance finally cracked in Singapore. Norris went for a move that wasn't on, clipped Piastri's car, and nearly took them both out. Piastri called it not fair, Norris called it a mistake. McLaren called it internal consequences. It was the moment everything changed. The friendly rivalry turned real. Because when you're both fighting for the same championship, friendship only goes so far. And through all of it, Oscar never lost control. No angry interviews, no dramatic reactions, just data, composure, silence. That's what makes him dangerous. He doesn't need chaos to thrive. He needs clarity. Andrea Stella, McLaren's team boss, summed it up. He's got an engineer's brain and a champion's composure. And now, McLaren's made it official. They've extended him until 2028, a public declaration that the team sees him not just as their future, but their anchor. The future of Formula One moves fast. Drivers rise, fade, and get forgotten. But Oscar Piastri isn't fading, he's leading. And if McLaren delivers the car, the Calm Assassin might become something even more terrifying, a world champion. Because that's the story of Oscar Piastri, a kid who left home at 14, crossed the world with nothing but talent and trust, defied an entire F1 team, and outdrove expectations at every turn. He didn't have a dynasty behind him, he didn't have hype, he had something rarer, control. While others chase fame, Oscar chases performance. While others argue on radios, he studies the data. And while others crumble under pressure, he finds his rhythm. He's not the loudest, not the flashiest, not the most marketable, but maybe that's exactly why he's so dangerous. Because when you stop shouting for attention, you start hearing what matters. The car, the track, the moment. Oscar Piastri doesn't need to tell you he's coming. You'll see him in your mirrors, quietly, methodically, inevitably. The Calm Assassin of Formula One.